Hi, Rick Baker with Baker Benefits Partners. I wanted to share today a couple of personal stories why I'm focused on this space. The first story is my mother. She was a GM retiree widow and had the pension and a house and had enough of a stable foundation on which to spend her retirement years. When dementia started to overtake her life, that changed everything. There wasn't a care plan in place. So all of her belongings, her house, everything was liquidated to meet the requirements to gain support for Medicaid. Life was disrupted because there was no plan. My wife spent her lunch hour for several months to almost a year going over to check on my mom to make sure she was okay, that she was eating. My sister had to disrupt her life and prioritize finding a location care facility for my mom that would accept Medicaid and then manage that relationship and then support and manage the well-being of my mom once we moved her into that place. And all of this would have been different had there been some type of care plan in place to support my mom through the transition from independent living to assisted to full-time facility care. The next story is my dad. Now, my dad was again a retiree from GM and had a decent pension, but he had a care plan. My dad also had a couple of strokes and had 2 rounds of cancer that were debilitating to his daily life and daily activities. And during those rounds with the illnesses, the strokes, and the cancer, the care plan that they had in place was significantly beneficial. The day in, day out requirements that my stepmother graciously and enthusiastically tried and supported were augmented and frankly made possible through having the assistance afforded to them by having home care insurance. People coming in to help with bathing and dressing and the things that are not covered by medical insurance. His goal throughout all of his health issues was to remain in his home. And with a care plan in place, that was accomplished. He was able to stay in his home, and pretty much everybody was able to keep their sanity because it wasn't all about the care. It was about spending time and being able to engage with my father during his declining health as a family member, not as a caregiver. So that's it. There's 2 stories, 2 different outcomes, but 2 different strategies. One had a care plan in place, one didn't. One put stresses and burdens on people that everybody gladly bore, but they're still can be very, very difficult to process and deal with. So having the care plan really made that big of a difference. This is why Val and I are doing what we're doing. Val focuses on helping people navigate Medicare, and I focus on helping people understand the options and the solutions out there that can help them with their long-term and short-term home health care decisions. It's 2 sides of the same conversation that, frankly, most people don't bother to think about until it's too late. If you or a loved one would like to sit down and figure out where you're at or like to better understand your options, well, that's what we're here for. Contact us at bakerbenefitspartners.com.